Are you an African-American woman?
I identify as black. I identify as black.
Now, this is what she looked like when she was younger.
I identify as black.
Delusion, a false belief or judgment about external reality held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary. So pretty much, so despite all the evidence that she is indeed Caucasian, she refuses to acknowledge that, and even her parents came up and spoke out against this.
Your parents were asked this question this week and they didn't have any trouble answering it. Here's what they said. She's clearly our birth daughter and we're clearly Caucasian. That's just a fact. Your father went on to say she's a very talented woman doing work she believes in. Why can't she do that as a Caucasian woman, which is what she is?
And this is what her parents look like, by the way. They're wider than the inside of my hand, bro.
Well, first of all, I really don't see why they're in such a rush to whitewash some of the work that I have done.
They just want you to stop telling people that you're black. And she even goes on to claim that her black friend is actually her dad. And meanwhile, this is her actual father.
But why point out an African-American man and say that is my father when you know that your father is a Caucasian man?
Albert Wilkerson is my dad. And any man can be a father, not every man can be a dad.
When did you start deceiving people?
It's a good question.
Well, and I do take exception to that because it's a little more complex than me identifying as black.
It's really not.
The next newspaper article identified me as being a biracial woman. And then the next article, when there were actually burglaries, nooses, etc., was this is happening to a black woman. And I never corrected.
Well, why didn't you correct it? You knew it wasn't true.
Because she gets to play the victim and she gets to pull out a black card that she doesn't have. So that's why she went along with those news articles and say, yes, I am a black woman. I have been wronged. But there's an instance where she claims to be a white woman when it also benefited her.
Your lawsuit against Howard University in 2002, where you claim you were discriminated against because you were a pregnant white woman.
She don't know who she is, man.
The reasons for my full tuition scholarship being removed and my teaching position as well, my TA position, were that other people needed opportunities, and you probably have white relatives and that can afford to help you with your tuition. And I thought that was an injustice.
And if that's the case, I'm not down with that. I don't agree with them doing that at all.
Could you have been as successful? Could you have had as big an impact had you been a Caucasian woman as opposed to being identified as an African-American woman?
I don't know. I guess I haven't had the opportunity to experience that.
Such a media-trained answer. She knows that she gets points for being considered black. So she then goes on to talk about how her sons view her. And the one on the left looked like it could be her son, but I don't know about the one on the right. Either the dad's genes is just really powerful or something's not adding up. I don't know.
If I were to ask them if you're a black woman or a Caucasian woman, how do you think they'd answer?
Well, I actually was talking to one of my sons yesterday, and he said, Mom, racially, you're human, and culturally, you're black. And, so, I mean, we've had these conversations over the years. I do know that they support the way that I identify, and they support me.
That's their way of saying, Mom, you're white, but you are invited to the barbecue because you're down with a cause. So I think that she knows exactly what's going on. She knows what she's doing. And there's nothing wrong with being white and liking the black culture or wanting to be around black people. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to sit here and lie to everybody that you are black, when indeed you are not. Your parents look like this. So just stop with the lies, man. Come on. So here's a video that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. This woman wanted to identify as blind, so she ended up blinding herself.
Do you have any regrets about taking your own vision or the process with which you did take your own vision?
I don't have any regrets taking my vision. I believe I should have been born blind, and I'm happy the way I am. I do have some regrets about the way I did it, but in the end, I'm happy the way I am.
And the way she did it was extremely painful. So she went to a psychologist and he actually poured cleaning fluid in her eyes.
He had me lay down on the sofa and he sat down next to me and put 2 drops of drain cleaner in each of my eyes. The drain cleaner.
That psychologist should lose his license. Because why would he permit something like this?
Dr. Phil, with all due respect to Jewel, but I am having a really hard time sitting so close to someone who traumatized herself, who damaged herself. We took an oath in medicine to help people. We see horrible tragedies every single day as doctors, and people who would give anything to go back and restore their vision, their health. My heart is beating out of my chest. I can't even make sense of the emotions I'm feeling, because to hear someone say, I've always felt I should be blind. Well, I've always felt I should be the Queen of England, but I'm not going out to become the Queen of England.
Next, you're probably going to hear people come out as identifying as deaf and they're going to damage their eardrums, or people identifying as having one leg, so they're going to cut off one of their legs. Like, that's crazy, bro. People would say this is like a mental illness because they're going to these psychologists to get evaluated, but the psychologists don't even try to address the problem if it is a mental illness.
They just go along with the fucking delusion
and pour cleaning fluid down people's eyes.
What the fuck?
But I always have a theory on this. So I believe in past lives. And maybe in one of her past lives, she was blind. Bear with me, y'all, bear with me. That memory and feeling of her being blind came along with her in this life. And that's why she feels so strongly to be blind. But she can't differentiate that she is now in a different character. And that's my theory of what happens with these people sometimes. Sometimes I do think these people just need a good slap back to reality. One slap could have probably prevented her from blinding herself. So I found this compilation on YouTube of this transgendered person being called sir. And every time this person is called sir, they go ahead and report this to the manager.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The sweet water starts at okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir.
Oh, okay.
It just really sucks every time it happens.
Sorry about that.
I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know?
It's ma'am! It is ma'am!
Sir, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. What? Called me sir.
Oh.
Lord, bro, it's a consistency for me, though.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir.
No, I gotta call out the consistency. Like every time this person gets called sir, every single time they have to talk to the manager. Imagine if we were this consistent with the gym. I'll be like the Hulk right now, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more, though, and it's not intentional, because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean.
If this isn't a clear indicator that you need to put in some more work in appearing like a woman, I don't know what it is. Because if people are still calling you sir, you definitely have some more work to do. Because there are some transgender women that look just like women, bro. Like it's hard to tell. But this person needs more work because the voice deeper than mine. And then get mad when I refer to you as sir. I'm sorry, that's the reality of it. Once you get to that point that you look fully like a traditional woman, then no one's gonna call you sir. But anyways, man, that is the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.